Simonstown, sometimes spelled Simonstown, is a town in the Western Cape, South Africa and is home to Naval Base Simonstown, the South African Navy's largest base. It is located on the shores of False Bay, on the eastern side of the Cape Peninsula. For more than 2 centuries it has been a naval base and harbour. The town is named after Simon van der Stel, an early governor of the Cape Colony. The land rises steeply from near the water's edge and the town is boxed in along the shoreline by the heights above. The small harbour itself is protected from swells by a breakwater that was built with thousands of huge blocks of sandstone quarried out of the face of the mountain above. Simonstown is now in effect a suburb of the city of Cape Town Metropolitan Municipality. The Simonstown railway station is the terminus of the Southern Line, a railway line that runs south from the central business district of Cape Town. In places, the railway line runs along the steep eastern shore of False Bay, and in bad weather waves and foam from some heavy swells wet the trains. Boulders Beach is located a few kilometers to the south of Simonstown, in the direction of Miller's Point. Here small coves and beaches are interspersed between boulders of Cape granite. There has been a colony of African penguins at Boulders Beach since 1985. There is no record of the birds having lived here prior to that date. There are only 3 penguin populations on the mainland in southern Africa. The others are close to Hermanus at Stony Point and Betty's Bay. In the last weeks of 1795 or the first weeks of 1796, the British built a round tower on a site that today falls within the naval base. Britain had just annexed the Dutch colony at the Cape of Good Hope and wanted to establish some defences to ward off possible Dutch or French attacks. The resulting tower was 8 meters thick. Though there is no evidence that the British ever installed the guns the tower was designed to hold. In front of the tower the British also constructed a battery that they did arm with cannons. The Martello Tower was used as a navigational beacon for ships entering Simon's Bay and was consequently whitewashed in about 1843. The tower was restored in 1972 by the Simonstown Historical Society and proclaimed a provincial heritage site. Today it houses a small museum. The South African Naval Museum is a maritime museum, which contains collections and artifacts related to the maritime history of South Africa and the South African Navy. Simonstown Museum is a community museum established in 1977 and located in the Residency, an historical building erected by Governor Joachim van Plettenberg in 1777. The museum records and preserves all aspects of the history of the Simonstown community. In 1985, a statue of Just Nuisance, the only dog ever to be officially enlisted in the Royal Navy, was erected in a position overlooking the harbour. The Simonstown Museum has an exhibition dedicated to his story. Simonstown became a free port in 1832. The Simonstown Municipal Council assumed a coat of arms, designed by Adelbert Bourne, in September 1905. It was granted by the College of Arms on the 27th of September 1957. The design is described as quarterly, I and IV, per pale. The decks are argent. 3 towers placed 2 and 1 gules. The sinister per fess or an azure. In chief on a mount wert a peacock in his pride proper, and in base 3 plates placed 2 and 1 argent, 2 and 3 azure, an estoile, and in chief 3 crescents argent. Over all an oval cartouche with scrolled edges or charged with a demi-lion rampant gules, issuant from 3 barrelets wavy wort. In layman's terms, the shield is divided into 4 quarters. The first quarter is divided vertically, one half depicting 3 red towers on a silver background, the other a peacock on a gold background above 3 silver discs on a red background. The second quarter is blue, with 3 silver crescents at the top and a wavy star below on a blue background. The third quarter is the same as the second and the fourth the same as the first. In the center is an oval with a decorative edge displaying a red lion emerging from wavy green stripes on a golden background. These were a slightly modified version of the arms of Willem Adriaan van der Stel, which Bourne mistakenly thought were those of his father Simon van der Stel. The crest was the figure of Britannia resting on a golden naval crown. 2 golden anchors were placed behind the shield. The motto was Fac et Spare. When the municipality was dissolved in 1996, the council placed its regalia, including the letters patent from the College of Arms, in the custody of the Simonstown Historical Society. The society registered the arms in its own name at the Bureau of Heraldry in October 1999. Simons Bay Naval Base. 1806 The South African Naval Base in Simonstown. View of the bay from the railway line. Simonstown Station was also visited by Wikimani.